Hey everyone, Manadug here. I have another Starcraft Underground League Season 2 match. This is from the third place match between teams Unhinged and Legion. Today we have AZK, a Terran from Unhinged, and Minirennac, a Protoss from Legion. The first map is going to be on match point, so let's get into the game. Alright, so Minirennac spawning in the bottom left as the yellow Protoss. AZK is the pink Terran in the top right. So this is kind of on the lower end of player, like the range of player skill in the tournament. But these are both two pretty interesting players still. AZK somewhat recently switched from Zerg to Terran. And so I think he's mostly tightening up his builds. He's like a very efficiency focused player. Like he always had a really good layer timing when he was a Zerg. I think you'll see like a good factory timing here, most likely from AZK. You know, everything will be very on schedule. I'd say that's a major strength of his. And Minirennac he's a true Protoss in that he could do literally anything in the game. He'll definitely play like a variety of styles, but I would say he's very micro focused. That's definitely the strength, is his control. And he'll definitely be looking to show it off in the series. So far, pretty standard starts. A two-player map. Mini could have gone for a gas steal here, although typically you would do that more so if the spawns are reversed, because then you'd have the gas that's more accessible when you start entering the base. It's kind of hard, or you have to go very early to get the gas steal, coming up through here, passing through the entire Terran base, and then planting it. So we're both just opening very standard, making our workers, we got the gateway, the gas. When that's done, we'll probably see a core. Here's our barracks, gas is up for Terran, sending out his scout. Looks like we're mining the right patches. AZK is probably boosting, yeah, maybe not. Alright, in the gas, there's the core like we were expecting. So I think next you should see another pylon from Mini and then Zealot. And he's sending out a rather late scout. I guess if you're not doing anything aggressive early on, and I think he probably thinks AZK is not here either. I don't think AZK is a particularly cheesy player. Yep. So there's the pylon. Oh, I completely missed the factory timing. I'm the worst. I'll pay attention to it more so in game 2, but this looks like a pretty good timing. So probe, seeing if we can get in. There's just one Marine so far, there's the second, but you should see that what AZK is doing is pretty standard here. 3 Marines, factory's down. Oh, we're looking at a 2-fac here. We're kind of doing it in his face. You should see both factories. So Mini with the perfect scouting information on that one. Goes down the second gate. He's got his range on the way. There's the first goon. Yeah, this is looking like a 2-fac. We're continuing with the Marine production. We've got our machine shop. Better get that depot down. Yeah, 3 gates. So Mini knows exactly what's happening here. He's just going to make goons and he's just going to survive. That's the whole game plan. And pro production seems solid. Nothing too noteworthy happening. Just AZK building up for his push. Should start that third tank. Ideally, you want to sync it up when the second one starts, and I think we're going to be pretty close to that. Not too far off. Okay, we got the goons getting ready. So I think when you know it's a 2-fac like this, you might even want to move forward. Like you could put some goons here and try to get some pot shots because you want to be shooting and kind of stutter stepping back on the Terran as he moves forward. Key differentiation here, we're getting siege. I think most commonly when you do this, you go for vulture upgrades, but we're not getting speed here, we're doing siege instead. Mini needs a pylon. There's going to be a supply block in the near future. AZK getting the eBay, so maybe he's going to try and siege up the natural. We're moving. We should be rallying vultures, ideally to one of these tanks. Yeah, we got, was that 6 Marines, 3 tanks. Stop Marine production. We're just sending vultures, but waiting for us. We have an army of 6 goons. So I think you can get a lot of damage done here, kind of softening this up on the way over, particularly if you want to sit on the high ground. So ideally, hopefully we at least want to camp this ramp. So AZK is kind of testing the waters. He doesn't know what's there. Oh, there's the siege. First goon down, but 1 tank down. Second tank down. This one's not sieged. Need a big mine here. Maybe does more damage to the Terran than to the guns. So not the engage we needed. I think in this position you can maybe even set up a tank over here. You know, space them out a little bit more, but I think probably the biggest and simplest thing here is just that we built the second factory with the probe in our face. So Mini knew this was a 2-fac all the way. Yeah, so he's getting his robo, probably observatory soon. And AZK has not been making SCVs for a while. Both players are a little low on workers. It seems like Mini is cutting as well. Getting the second Nexus up though. So we got 2 more tanks. I don't know if these are intentionally moving or if these are rallied by mistake. Because these are probably not going to do very well against these goons. Oh, our goons are going around though, maybe? Okay, no, it is definitely intentional then. This is pure tank, so, I mean, pure tank is typically not going to fight that well. You're going to need something for zealots. Yeah, so this is going to be probably kind of rough. I'll just move that goon out. Yep. Yeah, so we're kind of down one of those tanks already for nothing. Here come the rest of the goons. These were 2-shot tanks. AZK calls it. So that is game 1 for Minirennac. And alright. Map 2, AZK's pick. This is going to be Attitude, which makes sense. Great Terran map, great TVP map. Alright, let's start it up. So this is Minirennac spawning is the purple Protoss in the top right for Team Legion. And AZK is the green Terran in the bottom left for Team Unhinged. This is a 4-player map, so there's spawns here and here. So these guys are crossed, so anything like a 12 Nexus for Mini will be pretty strong here. Although I'm not sure if you would want to do that after AZK did a 2-fac in game 1. Maybe that makes it less likely that he does something similar again. But he is mining all of the right patches, so I think he's clearly practiced this. In fact, I know that he has. And I don't know which patches are the right ones for Protoss, but this looks pretty good. Yep, so there's our first pylon, very standard. Although, yeah, I don't know if that was early. Okay, there's our depot. So it looks like we're not going to use the first depot for any sort of sim. We'll probably use the second one, which most likely will not matter. But can if it's maybe like center gates or something like that. Here's our first gateway. Okay, where's our barracks going? So you could have put the first depot here, and you would already have Sim going. Some degree against like a proxy. So Mini scouting in the opposite of the normal direction. He's gonna find AZK second most likely, which is what he would have anyway. But this natural is in fact closer. Doing a similar build, the same build as the first game. He's taking his gas. Probably gonna see a core soon. Yeah, there's the core. Just making workers. Make sure you get those minerals. So Mini, is he cross scouting? Okay, so he just wants to know if AZK is in one of the quick spawns, or perhaps he's proxying something. Mini is a fan of some DT tech, which is what we might be seeing here. In fact, among the UPL Discord, which is sort of a lower level player hangout, Mini is kind of known as being really good at this quick DT or like proxy DT build. It's kind of like Mini's signature, I would say, in this matchup. So that might be what we're seeing here. Yeah. Although we are putting the Citadel in base, which is a bit odd. Maybe we're real late on the timing, but I would think typically you'd want to hide that tech out here. But we are literally doing 0 goons. Our first gas went to a Citadel. So this is more or less in its proxy. So yeah, proxy gateway. This is essentially like DT in your base as fast as possible. You're listening to like standard timings where you're thinking, oh, okay, well if I don't see a Nexus by 420, then I need to start throwing down an eBay. That's going to be too slow. I think in Wolfix's recent series, he said the timing is more like 4, and I think that's going to do a better job of catching stuff like this. So this is really odd to me though that we're making the DT tech in base, because it's just one zealot blocking. I mean, certainly this is the area where you would want to be hiding stuff, and I think you would have room. Maybe even if you put the pylon out a little more, you would definitely have room. So this is a choice. But still, yeah, AZK still can't see it. He wants to, but he can't quite. The Vulture will force this zealot back, assuming reasonable control. A lot of missed shots. Oh, vision's gone. This is frustrating right here. Because you know you have what you need, but you're kind of just fighting game mechanics to get it. So he's getting his mines, his first tank. This is incredibly standard from AZK. CC's done. He knows something is up. The eBay is started. In fact, it's almost done. But these DTs will be there before we have turrets. So we really need a Vulture here, which we do not have. We have this Vulture. And now, I mean, we doubly know we've seen a DT, but we need mines here, or turrets started, which we don't have. So this should be it. Yeah, we haven't even started the turrets. So this is probably somewhat frustrating, but no, I don't know. Mini is giving us a little bit of a window here. He's not really contesting this. We've managed to get mines up. Okay, well, that was, we're not sure who that mine was better for, but we have the missile turret up. We need to be attacking this DT. It's back to being invisible. We have one more coming, and we have the one walking from entirely across the map. But we did kill this DT. Right? I think we did. He's not just hiding. So we really need to be, we need another turret, honestly. We can't just be relying on one turret when we know this guy went super hard on DTs like nothing else like this. This seems like we kind of just decided that the DT threat was over because we have one missile turret up. But DT's also just good at hitting things, you know. Making more? We're not making anything. And he's kind of just, he's microing his DTs. It's gonna be enough. He's got 4 and there's a Zealot on the way as well. I mean, we're kind of just like, we're kind of just muscling with these DTs instead. Yeah, AZK will call it. So that is a 2-0 win. Congratulations, Mini.